how often you as an individual build the house and you think about the consequences of that house on the community. So in the cities, most of the time, the cities are hot. Engineers understand that. Hi everyone, my name is Elie, and today we're going to be talking about the correlation between the three words: albedo, engineering, and urban heat Iceland. What is urban heat Iceland? What is albedo? I think for many of you, you are familiar with engineering. Albedo, it is the ability of substance to reflect back the light or even heat. And for something to be able to reflect back the light, high amount of light, it's gonna be required to have high albedo. And something which is unable or which has low ability to reflect back the light, we're gonna say that substance has low albedo. And that's the only difference between those two things. So most of the times you realize that things or materials which are painted white, most of the time they have high albedo, close to 98%. While materials which are painted black or a dark color, most of the time they are having low albedo, which means that darker materials, they observe light, they don't reflect back those light. Then white materials, they reflect back that light. And how does this concept can apply to engineering? Engineers understand that when you're building a house or building a substance and you paint it with a color or you give it substance which has high albedo, they understand that it will be able to reflect back the light, either sun radiations or something like heat. So if that substance is able to reflect back that light, what it means is our world won't be hot. For instance, if you build a house and you give it white color, most of the times you feel like the house is cold and the climate is actually good in that house. However, when the house is painted black color, high chances are you realize that the house is hot or that particular room is very hot because it's sun radiations are being emitted and that substance is observing the heat and doesn't want to reflect it back. That's the definition and the concept of albedo, and engineers actually understand that. But my question is, how often you as an individual build the house and you think about the consequences of that house on the community, either the community surrounding you or even the global citizens? So that's actually, I know most of you don't think about it. The only thing you think about is the durability of your house, how long will your house last, or even the quality of your house, or even the physical appearance of your house. I want my house to look this particular way, I need this particular color. And we don't think about the effect of those colors. And the apprehension of albedo and the correlation between albedo and engineers or engineering itself help us also to understand what is urban heat Iceland. Most of the times, for people who lived both in the cities and the surrounding areas, like in the village, you see that there is a difference between the temperature. So in the cities, most of the time, the cities are hot. Then the villages, most of the time, it's not, it's quite chill. The climate is not that bad. And that's difference, what we call urban heat Iceland. So what I mean by Iceland, basically Iceland is like, maybe if you have a river or you have a lake, so you find one, maybe mountain in the lake, and that's gonna be called island. And urban is, basically it's cities. Then heat is, temperature. That's climate, that's, feelings you have. So when you try to combine those three words, what you get is, most of the times you find maybe in a particular country, we only have one city which is always hot. Then the surrounding areas are cold. Why? Because in the cities we have cars which are maybe painted those colors which observe heat. They don't want to emit them back. We also have tobacco roads which are colored in dark colors, which is obvious, and always they're observing that heat. You realize that the houses in the cities are always hot. Yet in the village, most of the times they are not advanced. They don't have those big buildings with the tobacco roads. They don't have those cows which are always moving, and eventually they even have a lot of vegetations. As a result, at least the climate will be good in that period, in that places. So that's why albedo matters when you're building. So as engineers, we should think about this. So whenever you're going to build a house, think about that particular paint you're going to be utilizing. Is that something that will be able to reflect back the light? Also, the other question maybe I can leave to you is, how can we make a color which maybe is a combination of both, but also provide that good physical appearance to the house, but also think about the environment, the community around. And thank you for watching my video. Let us make sure that you subscribe, you comment. What do you think about engineering? What do you think about that albedo? And is this something that you have ever thought about before? See you. Ciao, ciao.
And you wear the red